So I'm going to talk now about a subject which has nothing to do with actual skills, because I believe that indeed today actual skills are not enough for us. So that's the topic of my presentation. So, well, this is to introduce you to the subject. One obtains actual skills in studying actual science. But what is actual science? How is actual science perceived by the people with whom we are living with? Parents think that actuaries are making a lot of money. Our friends, they think that we are sitting a whole day in our ivory tower before our PC. And the society thinks that we are only producing formula. The other students, well, they think that, well, we are good in formula. Then you see what I think I do. I sit in front of tons and tons of documents that I have to read. But actually, the last picture shows you what I'm actually doing, actually, after I have read all those books. But the question is, when you have chosen actual science, or if you are young, why do you choose actual science? Well, probably because we heard that you make a lot of money being an actuary. Okay. Is this working? It's working? Okay. Well, people may choose actual science because they think that actuaries are making a lot of money. Or maybe just because they like mathematics and statistics. And in some countries, they really think that actuaries are statisticians. Or perhaps because we like studying, because actuaries are studying a lifetime long. Or maybe because somebody told us, oh, you find easily a job with being an actuary. Or others, and these are, of course, those who are getting the most of the points, because they like to serve public interest. And this is actually why we are an actuary, because we would like to serve public interest. And serving public interest means that, well, we try to create products which are really giving a value to the consumers. And at the same time, well, we do our best that the insurance companies remain sustainable. So, a funny picture. What is an actuary? Is it a modern day fortune teller with a crystal ball? Well, this is how people still think about us, because we are forecasting the future. But, well, we are doing more than that, right? So, let's talk about actual education. In the past, yeah, we were calculating from the morning until the evening, because there were not yet computers. When I started my first job a long time ago, there was what we called an actual unit with 10 people in a row, and they were calculating from morning until the evening. So, if you remember the film about Schmidt with Jack Nicholson, then you might remember that some people still think that actuaries are calculating surrender values and mathematical reserves from the morning until the evening. But, well, this is the past, right? Today, thanks God, we evolved. What is an actuary in 2018? Well, we had already so many good definitions. And the best definition is, of course, from IIF and from Actuarial Association of Europe. And here is a definition which is comparable. We are highly qualified professionals. Stop. I would like to stop there. We are highly qualified professionals. And we analyze the financial impact of risk for organizations like social security organizations, insurers, pension fund managers, banks, development banks, and much more. We have standards of practice, quite rigorous. The ISAPs, International Standards of Actuarial Practice from the IA, the ESAPs, copied from the ISAP, with some additions for Solvency II. And this is how we work today. We are highly qualified professionals, not just calculators. You heard today already that the Actuarial Association of Europe has a syllabus, IA has a syllabus, and at this moment we are working on a new syllabus which will be probably approved during the council meetings in Berlin in May. Apparently, the mics are allergic to me. Okay. So here is the new IA syllabus, which will be approved probably in May 2018 in Berlin. So look at all those modules. Most of the modules are probably very interesting for the boring actuaries: statistics, economics, finance, financial assets, data and systems, actual models, actual risk management. And then we have a new module, soft skills. Are actual skills sufficient today? We have to start with it. Bastian told us. We have to start. The hard skills are very important, hard skills. But to sell ourselves, we need the soft skills. We need to communicate. And we need to talk another language than mathematical language, because our management is not going to understand us. So soft skills is, is a hot topic, and it is what we are really have to work on. Even me, I have to work on it. I have a coach. I told Maria, I have a coach, and once a week, we phone and I tell them, oh, I messed up this because I messed it up. Soft skills is what we need, and this is what is missing. Actual skills are just not enough to succeed, to make it work, to implement Solvency II, to convince that an actual function is necessary, and to explain to management that the actual function is not calculating, but validating. So, soft skills. Of course, contrary to those hard skills, it's very difficult to imagine an exam on soft skills, right? On hard skills, we do exams. We have those professional exams, and we or we pass or we don't pass, and we can have a second turn. But soft skills are different. We are hired for the hard skills, because during an interview, we can sell ourselves, or we can impress all those people in the interview panel with all those difficult internal models, ORSA, etc. So the hard skills are important, because this is how we are recruited. But then later on, it are the soft skills who make it work in the organizations. We are hired for the hard skills, but we can be fired for the soft skills. Now, what are soft skills? Well, there are a long list of soft skills. I'm going to go quickly over it. What about the soft skills? So soft skills are necessary to deliver the promise. This is a very interesting slide, which I would like to comment also. So this is the iceberg model. People around us see the hard skills, what we know about statistics, what we know about risk modeling. But they don't see the soft skills, and that's where we have to work on. And this is the iceberg. This is what they don't see when they recruit us. And that's where we have to work on. So here you have a few soft skills for actuaries, which I believe are very necessary, and which I believe that we all have to work on. Every day, lifetime long. Integrity, trust, communication, emotional intelligence, cultural intelligence, leadership. These are the soft skills where, associations should organize seminars on with an HR coach. Because of course an actuary is not, actuaries usually, they say, oh, why do we need to learn this? But this is actually what is missing. And we don't learn it at university, right? We don't pass an exam on it with the SOA or the IFOA. We have a professional class, but professionalism, is more about dealing, how am I going to explain to my manager that technical provisions are that or in the range of this. Soft skills is different. So on the next slides, I have, I'm going to be short now. The next slide is providing you some hints what you have to do as an actuary. So for example, talking about integrity. Integrity is more than being honest. It's more than that. And I would like there to pick out one, actuaries, they think very well about themselves because, they passed all those exams. Do not abuse it. Do not abuse the fact that you're an actuary. It's very important because you get the opposite effect. Communication. Communication is very important. Karel said it, Bastian said it, everybody says it. We have to work on communication. And communication is not just words, it's also about smiling when you have to explain your boss, technical provisions are like that. Emotional intelligence, very important as well. You have to read about it. And social skills are very important there. Because sometimes actuaries are sitting there in their ivory tower and they are so boring. Cultural intelligence, important. Because you heard about mergers and acquisitions. Some mergers and acquisitions don't work because there is a cultural barrier. And they didn't get over it. Leadership. You're a leader. You're a leader of your career. You're a leader of defining what is, defining what is important for me, to find the balance between your private life and your professional life. And when you find your own balance, well, you can project it to your team. A leader doesn't mean that you are a CEO. Octavio is going to talk about that, right? So what is the actuary of the future? Are actuarial skills enough? No. Actuarial skills are not enough. Actuaries in the future, well, they need to be ethical, they need to be intuitive, they need to be an all-rounder, not just formula, crushing formula, technical formula. They need to be about regulations. They need to know about accounting. They need to study a lifetime long CPD, although CPD is not mandatory. I would like to emphasize that. CPD is not mandatory. We recommend, but sometimes it's not possible because the association is too small. Actuaries need to embrace soft skills because if they don't embrace it, they will not get there. They might be fired. And then, of course, we are here in a regional context. You need to define what is a regional, what is regional good. And there I look at Mr. Popovsky, who was talking about a regional center. Yes, why not? But take into consideration that in this region, you have a wide diversity. You have developed countries, you have developing countries, and you have emerging countries. You cannot put them all together. But you need to work, you need a planning, to get there, to have a regional, superior actuary. And then finally, of course, last but not least, you have to find a balance of technical and delivery skills. Because without that, without finding that balance, you won't be able to deliver what is expected from us. So are actuarial skills enough? Not at all. It's just the beginning. It's very important, Bastian. Without hard skills, of course, we won't get there. But we need also to add all the soft skills. So, that's my talk. Thank you very, very much for your attention. I hope that you will go through the slides, and if you need any more information, please call me. I also would like to thank here Hanan Anua, HR consultant, my personal coach, who has kindly helped me to make this presentation.